How are you today? I'm tired as fuck. Welcome to Tasty Nitch. Today we're gonna do a unboxing. Can you hear this? What does that sound like to you? Liquids. Yeah, I'm excited. So I figured I would try and crack into this because I feel like it's gonna take me a while to get in here, and we can talk about what it is, and I'll wake up and we'll drink some stuff. Good morning. Okay, so this is gonna be interesting, and I don't really do stuff like this because people don't mail things here that often. Mailing things to Europe from the States is pretty stupid expensive. This is something from a friend of mine, a very good friend of mine, Miko. He's the distiller. What do you call yourself, Miko? He's the thing at Audemus Spirits. He makes gin in Cognac, France. He has a pink pepper gin, which is delicious, and umami. And him and I, some times ago, we worked on making like a beer gin and reducing that down and doing all kinds of fun things. But this fancy little bottle with nothing on it is his version of a piquant bière. Piquant, just not the beer part. So in France, there's this cordial that you can put in things. If you go to a bar and they mostly always just have shitty stuff, you can, for an extra 30 cents, have them put a shot of this stuff in it. It's kind of higher ABV, I believe. Somewhere in the 35 percentage, which is not nothing, and it's not very sweet. It actually kind of tastes like caramelized orange. And what it does is it turns the beer that was shitty into a beer that now tastes kind of like caramelized orange and has more alcohol in it. So you get drunker faster, and you don't have to taste the nasty beer. It really was my saving grace when I first moved to France. I was living out in the middle of nowhere. I had no drinking. Everything was horrible. And having piquant, having that option, saved my palate, saved my drinking life. So Miko has done quite a bit of research from what he's told me about this. Apparently the original piquant is from Algeria. It's from somewhere over there. I don't know. And the original recipe is completely different from what it is now. And he apparently has made this, and it's inspired by the original recipe. So he's making his own artisanal piquant, which is a really great idea. Normally, you put this with some shitty beer. And I have this from a bottle share that we did, which, I'm gonna be honest, don't ever drink this. This is horrible. It has IPA on it. I had seen it in some chat forums at one point. People were like, this shitty beer that you can get at some grocery stores, it's really not that bad. And I got it, we had it, and all together collectively as a group, we all spit it out. So if that little piquant there can make this taste good, then we're on, right? So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to taste the piquant by itself, and then we'll taste this by itself, and then we'll try them together and kind of just see what happens. Ooh. Oh, it smells like orange blossom. Just straight up. Orange blossom. Pith, definitely has that orange pith, but then just a lighter floral note to it. Really delicate, though. And oh, there's a little bit underneath of something kind of biscuity, like a toffee, or a little bit of a caramelization, like that Maillard reaction kind of thing. And what's funny is I almost get a little bit of kind of like those licorice candies, but not actually licorice. They're the ones that are really, really mild anise. Yeah, mild anise. Yeah, let's give it a little bit of a sip. It's, you can see the sugar lacing the glass. It's pretty thick. Yeah, and I get more of that. I can't get that out of my head. Those little candies, they're like chewy. They're anise for sure. They're like licorice based, but they usually come like in a big pack. And as it's opening up here, definitely get like the booze. A little bit of booziness. But it's coming across more as like a grape based alcohol, not like a grain. If that makes sense. Like a sherry or something, you know? Oh, that's a delight. Oh, that's really smooth, even just like by itself. You can put that over some ice. That's yummy. Ooh. Yeah, so the caramel notes definitely come through. And the orange just is like comes in on the nose and just kind of dances around in the mid palate. It's not the alcohol is not burning, but it's definitely there. So you have like a little bit of warmth. I can feel it in my throat, kind of a little bit of the warmness. That's nice. Don't say any dirty jokes about that. Freaking shit balls. I'm gonna get another here, and let's open up this like shit bag beer and see what happens. Because they're intended to it's intended to go with some beers. So let's just see what it does. Ow. Yeah. Oh God. It smells like wet socks. It smells like, okay, you know what this beer smells like? You're gonna know. You know, like after a brew day, you get home, and it's what your socks smell like. Yeah, it smells like a brewery floor. It smells like the floor of a brewery. Unfermented wort, I guess, which is a little silly. Looks fine-ish, though. Really big bubbles. Yeah, actually, it just tastes like unfermented wort. It doesn't taste like it has hops in it even yet. Well, they haven't even got to that part. But it's carbonated. It's got a little bit of a stickiness on the top of the tongue, not the bottom, because you know me, I taste things at the bottom of my tongue all the time. Anyway, let's throw some piquant in it. I don't know what Miko's calling this, and I don't think he knows that I'm doing this review on camera, but I just felt like doing an unboxing thing, and that's what you get. So, I don't know, let's just pour it in there. Fuck it. So this is what happens too when you go to the bars. They'll like, you can tell it's piquant because it turns this lovely rosy color. Yep, that makes it immediately better. Fuck yeah. That's great. I the only thing, I mean, it really just now tastes like the pecan, but with like a little bit of effervescence and bubbles and a little bit more of like a body to it. It comes through on the nose as well. What's funny is that like they really do complement each other. Like the maltiness of the beer and the that orange zest that comes through, even grapefruit zest or pomelo, like it's got all of that in there. Lovely. This makes this way better. Yeah, it totally makes it drinkable. It also gives a little bit of a bitterness to this beer itself is actually missing. It's closer to like something like a Campari, if you know what that is. Delicious, really delicious. Good job. Audemus Spirits. I don't think he imports anywhere. In the UK, maybe you can find them in some places. I will post some extra information about Audemus on my social media stuff. If you don't follow my Instagram, you should probably get on that because it's where I'm the most active. I actually post Insta stories every day, and I love curating that kind of content and making it fun and engaging. So on my Instagram, stuff on my Facebook, I'll put stuff on there as well. I'm working on my blog still, or like my website for directory things. I'm doing these tours in Paris and like so many super fun things, and I am just in love with how the hashtag FABQ, the frequently asked beer questions, are still going. So it's not too late. If you haven't done one, if you're seeing them and you want to do one, absolutely do it. There's no timestamp on this. We can just kind of keep going. It's a good way for people that are also getting into the craft to kind of sit down and evaluate where they are in their tasting experience. So this is something that maybe we could revisit like next year or some years out and be like, oh, I used to have these answers and now I'm over here saying things in this capacity. So thank you so much, Miko, for sending this over to me. I hope you're not angry that I did this on camera. So that's it from me. I'm gonna go about my day and I have so much stuff to do. I love hearing from you guys. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out on the channel. I'm doing some giveaways also on my Instagram, coming up with some exclusive tasting Nitch stuff and some fun things that I had donated to me. And I'm also looking into doing kind of like a weird fun video for to celebrate you guys coming and hanging out with me. I'm doing this like weird video, so stay tuned. Thank you for hanging out. Cheers. Please remember to live deliciously, drink responsibly, and kiss someone that you love this week. Okay,